Time to slack. We about to put it back on the track. Yo, we about to make it happen back with the flow. Bringing to you some incident or some inspiration. This ain't no cigarettes, these ain't no inspirations, but we finna smoke this shit like a pack of Newports. So put on your shorts, it's about to get hot and heavy. We about to bust the levees. Who's ready to get down with the Big Mom Funkatron podcast back from the break?
Smokey's bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what is this video here?
Give a hoop.
Avoiding the N-word, Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh, it doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about.
You ain't heard about? Okay, side story.
Oh yeah,
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Someone hacked Buffalo Wild Wings and said a lot of mean on Buffalo Wild Wings stuff on there.
Whenever something goes wrong,
They've been hacked.
it's been hacked, guys.
It's been hacked, bro. Can happen to anyone. All right, so incident inspiration.
Let's do it. What we got today? This
Uh,
one was found by your resident Dr. Funk.
Okay, so everyone loves Sonic the Hedgehog 3 music. It's been recently revealed more now that Michael Jackson was a composer on the soundtrack. But he doesn't get credited because around the time they were working on the game, that's when he went through that stuff of him being a child molester. So they distanced
Allegations.
themselves
Gotta love them.
from him. So fast forward now, I was on Twitter and the not the Sonic, but the Sega Genesis collection was just released, and Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles were omitted from the collection. So Joe from GameSack said something like, "I know why they probably didn't put Sonic 3 on there is because Michael Jackson was the composer and they didn't want any trouble from the state." So a few people was like agreeing with him, like, yeah, that could be it. But then someone said, well, the Ice Cap Zone was from a song from the Jetsons. So I looked it up because I was curious. And lo and behold, I was just like, damn, this is the exact same song. Which it is. The Jetsons, I don't know what kind of group it is, forgive me. But they have an unreleased track called Hard Times.
Sound like New Wave.
Yeah, and it's basically it is a Ice Cap song. Like, there's no inspiration, it's nothing. It's Ice Cap song. So yeah, y'all need to check that out. Do we need to play the clip on here, or are you gonna like include that when you?
We can play it on here. I mean, that's gonna be the only track playing. Cause when I listen to the last one, the stuff's coming through pretty clear. So,
Man, that shit scares me every time it goes fuck off.
what's that?
The air freshener shit.
That's
what I figured.
bang, 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 bang.
Is it this? No, I'm just playing. We ain't gonna play that. This is the Jetsons' Hard Times.
Yes, son. I needed that sign to hit up.
So it sounds a little bit faster than the actual track on the game. You see why this shit was unreleased though.
Yeah, I got trigger music for my round. I'm so gonna beat this goddamn video. I'm even gonna beat this song. Totally different song. Speaking of which, this I have to tell everybody. I did my first battle in a long time. 2 weeks ago. Back home. There you go. They make it past the first round.
All right, so some extra lore to this song. It turns out that this group, the Jetsons, was formed in 1981 with Bruce Cannell. He's the guitarist, bassist Damon Doiron, and keyboardist Brad Buxer.
Daughtery. I mean,
And Brad Buxer was actually somebody who did work with Michael Jackson, like his team for music. So.
Exactly, it was, and I see it now because it's actually a little section of the Sonic 3 Knuckles controversy. He was Michael Jackson's music director.
Well, that makes sense. Brad
So
Buxer.
possibly Brad Butzer passed this on to Michael Jackson, because if you listen to Ice Cap, you can hear those Michael Jackson ad libs, oh, and shit like that.
You could really hear the Michael Jackson influence when you listen to the Boston.
I don't know if y'all caught it right there. It's like my favorite, one of my favorite Sonic things ever.
Yes, man.
So,
Hard times.
the thing with Sega and Michael Jackson, like working together on music, that's been a big thing. Like I said, that's been debunked. Like Sega has openly admitted it recently. And this goes back to when I read Console Wars, how Michael Jackson was a huge fan of Sega, and he kept all their arcade games at Meadowland.
Ranch.
So.
But that's what they call it, ranch. Yeah, and of course, just like they did your boy now, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying whether or not it did or did not happen. I wasn't fucking there, so I can't say. But I will say, when you black and you got some shit, they will try to take your ass down and put some allegations on you. You know what I'm saying?
It's so funny because someone who was saying, came out recently saying because he had a kid,
Yeah.
he's changing his tune about that. I forgot his name, but he was like, yeah, Michael Jackson didn't do nothing to me, like when he was in court.
Yeah.
Now, since he had a kid, he want to say Michael Jackson did something to me, and he's suing his estate. I'm like, man,
Somebody
if he
ain't
did
got
it to
that
you
paper.
then, you should have went on ahead and went with your allegation.
It sounds like he's trying to do what his parents was trying to do in the first place, make a money grab. But you know, who knows?
I don't know. I try not to.
But we just got to keep it within the thing because it's happening to so many of the artists, and you know it ties into what we're talking about. But you know, Prince's birthday just passed. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to think about this artist thing and how they had to do something with Prince because they couldn't find nothing on him. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't even pin nothing on him. So they had to go, oh, he was on drugs. You know what I'm saying? So they always try to find something to take stuff away from you. And you know, of course, Sega, they distanced themselves from Michael Jackson because of the allegation. So you know, that's why I was so much shit because they was probably trying not to.
Well, sad. It's understandable. Sega was an up and coming company. They was trying to take down
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
They were like, we can't.
And
do
they
that.
selling kids toys, so they're like, how you gonna have a pedophile on a game? And your biggest consumers.
And we're not saying that he is, so don't, you know, we're just saying in terms of what they were thinking, so don't even try that shit.
Right, allegedly.
But, yeah, that's just what happens. And, you know, Nintendo, they would have took a swipe at that shit, because Nintendo, they'll hit you below the belt. You know, Nintendo's like that polite, old-fashioned ass grandma that be at church. It's like, they're not going to just curse you out in your face, but when they find some shit out, they're going to be like, yeah, but what about that one thing, girl, that y'all was talking about with so-and-so? And that shit be on TV. And they're like, ooh, girl.
I beg to differ. I think Nintendo's a little bit more cutthroat than that. Whenever they feel threatened, they gon'
try to shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they just was a little more subtle back then with their advertising as opposed to Sega's aggressive approach, you know.
Well, you know, they advertising ramped up when Donkey Kong Country was coming out because they really had something to
It
this.
did. But you know they like to throw motherfuckers under the bus. Because with that night trap, remember?
Yeah.
We put
yeah.
ratings on our games. We don't know what the fuck those guys are doing.
You can play clean, wholesome Nintendo games.
And now
On
Night Trap,
Nintendo.
now Night Trap is gonna be on the fucking Switch.
Nintendo would
Wow.
never.
Wow. Ain't that crazy? Those motherfuckers on the bus now, they even acquired the property to get that
Nintendo
paper.
would never have a game like that on its
So
system.
it's safe to say that Nintendo's the clear winner here.
Nintendo.
They still making systems, and they got Sega shit on their system, and they're making paper off Sega. So there you go.
Nintendo. All right, so that was today. That was this week's or this recording's incident or inspiration.
Yay! What are we gonna talk about now?
So, basically, if you want to play Sonic 3, you need to go and buy it from your Xbox store.
Or don't
360.
or just don't get Sega Rewind and get Sega Gems collections on fucking PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or go to your local mom and pop game store and just get Sonic Mega Collection for either PS2 or Xbox 360 or GameCube.
It was on original OG Xbox.
Or take the long
I
way
swear they had
around.
one on 360 too though.
No, it was Sega Genesis Collection.
Okay, shit. My
But you could on 360 buy them individually
I
from
could
the
have sworn my
store.
cousin had a box that was like Sega Mega Collection on Xbox. I'm tripping. My bad.
Or take the long way around and go to a go to an old school gaming store and buy you an old Sega Genesis.
Right, let's do that. They got
Lock on technology, bro.
They got the Genesis 3 core at fucking Great Escape for like $40.
I need me a new PlayStation 2, but that's another topic for another day.
Go get you a Genesis, a CRT TV,
Yep.
a cable cord.
You know we didn't. Is it a cable cord? A
Turn that
coaxial
bitch to
cable? RF switch.
But
You know we didn't talk about Street Fighter anniversary this year.
we'll
Oh,
get
sure as hell didn't.
we'll get back to it. But let's go on to DZ. DZ has some wants to talk about what's going on in the rap game today. Hey, and DZ, just a little bonus. I know we didn't discuss this in the production meeting, but would you like to give a review of Kanye's album?
Did you buy that shit?
Scoop de poop.
Did you buy that shit?
Nah, I didn't buy it.
I was about to say,
I did listen to it though,
Title is a
I was like, we
motherfucker.
gonna fight, man.
but I did not
You was gonna
purchase
be
it.
2 for 2, nigga. Bro. You said you weren't getting that switch. And you motherfucker came back with this shit.
Oh, call about 2 for 2 on the Switch.
And I was just like,
I did
tell
not
me,
did
I was
not
like-
hail.
a Kanye West album. Tell me you didn't pay money for this. Because I remember he said he wasn't gonna do it. I was like, come on,
Nah,
don't
I
do that
wasn't
shit.
gonna fuck with it.
Oh, so Marcus, not that Marcus guy, the other guy who was just talking. Spunky Rock, you one of those new agers, huh? Who didn't want to listen to Kanye.
That same energy.
No, I'm good.
No, it was just funny because it was,
I
it's
when
like,
you
man,
think
I'm
they
about to get off Facebook, man, because there's some people on there that are just too black for me.
What?
Too black.
What do you mean? What else you supposed to
I
be?
just don't.
No, they just want to start the revolution, that's all. And they don't seem like the revolution. I don't know.
That's because motherfuckers trying to start the revolution, but I'll start the revolution with they goddamn self. We'll go talk about it in another story. But
They want to be like,
they want to fix everybody
You
else,
wanna
but they
listen
fucked
to-
up.
how dare you get Kanye? The revolution is about to start. You can't have Kanye.
Niggas ain't revolting shit.
Well,
Because me and Deezy talked about Kanye before, but
yeah.
let's talk about something.
A very riveting conversation. Go check out Me Mom from Travis Song.
But before
Yeah.
Kanye came out, there was a with those rapster guys, dude, beef.
Wasn't doing rhythm and poetry, guys.
hit rap beef in the streets,
You got it, Deezy.
the
Take it from
cold
here.
streets of the rap game, where the niggas play and no, let me stop.
Eddie.
where the hard R's play and the guns.
Alright,
With the Chinders chatter.
it's okay. You got hit it one time with the finger wave.
It's We gotta hit the one time, easy. Don't you worry about civilian. You use that hard ER as hard as you can stand. You break out that ER when you need to. Because there's some ERs out here, son.
You know what, sir? May I suggest something, son?
And I
When you get $100 or more donation, that's when you need to break out the ER,
you
son.
bring that ER right out. I done brought that ER out in the courtroom. I said, wow. I said, all 5 of them ERs over there. Yep.
Alright, so
Oh my God.
Digress.
rat beef.
Back to the rat beef. Okay, so recently we had the surgical summer rat beef. So it started with Pusha T's album Daytona, which released on May 25th.
Did he get a rolling start with the rap beef?
And actually, this beef has been going on for some years because there are tracks on Drake's previous album and Pusha T's previous album about each other. But it kind of stopped there on their last couple albums. So Pusha kind of rekindled that rap beef with the last song on his Daytona album called Infrared. And he basically kind of just called out the Cash Money folks. He called out Baby, which he's done before. He actually shouted out Rick Ross for calling out Baby as well in his last album. Which Rick Ross called out Baby for not paying
What was,
DJ Khaled.
what was that? What was that track called?
Idols Become Rivals.
Yeah, there you go.
It was probably one of the best tracks on that album as well.
That's a dope title, though.
Yeah, so he was calling out Birdman. I hate calling the grown man baby. He was calling out Birdman for not paying DJ Khaled for some beats.
Call that man by his real name.
Right.
Oh,
I
I
don't
thought
even
it
know
was.
what his name is.
Terry, not playing. I don't know what his
I was
name
just
is.
thinking, it sounded like some good Street Fighter DLC for Street Fighter 5.
And Dale.
Battles become rivals.
So yeah, he basically called out to the Cash Money crew. He called out Birdman for not paying folks. He called out. He didn't really call out Lil Wayne, but he used Lil Wayne as an example of a person who is broke because of Birdman. And side note, shout out to Lil Wayne, who actually just won his lawsuit against Cash Money, who has been withholding his album, The Carter 5, for I don't know if they've been holding it for like a year or so now. But he sued them for $53 million and won. Who knows how much he'll actually get of that? But
Hopefully he is
Uncle
more.
Sam gonna get a whole bunch of that.
But hopefully, yeah. Basically, he was saying that. Basically, he was pointing out though that Lil Wayne has been Birdman's really been his slave this whole time. He ain't really been getting paid.
Damn.
He's still doing road gigs.
Damn.
I didn't know Lil Wayne was still like performing.
Me either.
And he basically, I mean, what he really did, like when he first started with the Hot Bud, all that shit way back in the day, he signed a lifetime contract for this dude. So, I mean, while he is a famous rapper, he owes this dude like a lifetime. Like, that's the kind of contracts they were setting people up with back then.
Yep.
In Cash Money.
And he was only 16, so it was just like.
Right, he know no
there was
better. All he
way
saw-
he could have
know no
known
better.
any
All he saw was the dollar
A
signs.
way to get out the streets. And I mean, technically it worked, but you still got fucked over, you know what I'm saying? Last but not least, he called out Drake. Called out Drake for being fake. He called out Drake for not writing his own lyrics.
What's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
Admit that he has a ghostwriter.
He does have ghostwriters. This is not a new thing. Side note, just me personally, I'm just gonna say, if you have ghostwriters, you're not a real rapper. You are a pop boy.
Hip hop. Not hip
You a
hop.
Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, you might have some dope songs, you know, stuff that people can dance to, but you are not a real MC, therefore you cannot be top 5. So take that in your Chander and smoke it.
Yep, top jive.
So he called out Drake. What's dope though is that everybody's pretty much assumes that Drake knew he was gonna call him out, because not even 24 hours later, Drake released a response track called the W Freestyle. And W stands for, I think it stands for Ghost in Jamaican or something like that. I can't remember exactly what language it is.
You said W?
Duppy. D-U-P-P-Y.
W.
Puppy with a D.
I want to double check. But,
Be my guest.
and Drake, I mean, he fired back with some heat within 24 hours of the release.
You was correct, DZ. I just fact checked. It's West Indian.
A malevolent.
West Indian hard
Spirit
eyes.
or ghost.
Yeah. So, I guess that was a diss track trying to say that, you know, Pusha T ain't really popular like that. He's like a ghost of what he once was, I guess. I don't know. But the diss track was dope. He called out Kanye for not writing his own raps, which
Ironic.
we really knew that wasn't a thing where we thought Kanye
Yeah,
was
they actually even put people on songs back in the day to make them sound.
Yeah. We knew that. He called out Pusha, trying to say Pusha wasn't really the drug dealer that everybody thinks he is, which in all honesty I don't really give a flying fuck if he was really. I mean, he actually was selling drugs where they were from, so I mean, it's what it is. Hopefully, I mean, he's not doing that anymore, obviously, and they do have lifelong friends that are in jail for the rest of their lives for selling drugs and stuff like that. So, but he really shitted on Kanye more than anybody. So everybody was going crazy. They was like, yeah, Drake wins, yeah. Because if you think about it, you go back to the last time Drake got into a beef with somebody, which was
Meek Mill?
Meek.
Young Meek.
Meek was Meek.
I always liked Meek, but he really did take an L when
Yeah.
he went up against Drake. Because he just really didn't have any ammunition.
Wasn't Nicki Minaj like on Drake's side too?
Well, she was dating
Meek Mill, right?
but she had a professional relationship with Drake, so
And her professional career is gonna come first.
right. So yeah, everybody was saying Drake too old in these beats. I don't know why y'all keep trying to diss Drake. Y'all gonna get bodied by a singing nigga. Which is hilarious that Drake can even say stuff like that, honestly. But I think it was maybe 4 days later,
And
Pusha T dropped. He dropped the motherfucking check hook.
then the shit got real.
He dropped the story of Adon. I've never seen
Aeon.
Story of Adidon.
Alien.
Alien.
Try the lazy boy.
But yeah, man, I mean, I'm sure anybody who's a fan of hip hop knows what happened, but this is probably one of the most disrespectful tracks I've ever heard. But it was dope because Drake really thought he was finna body somebody like he did last time, and those of us who know who Pusha T was like, you might not want that smoke, my guy. You might not want that smoke. So,
Oh, okay, but also tell them this too. Pusha T went on a promotional tour of his this track.
well,
He was on every show, flying to every show like it was Street Fighter, you know,
Yeah.
like Japan.
And he was also there for his.
Promoting his
He was
album.
primarily there to promote his album, but all this went down literally within 24 hours. So, within 36 hours. But I just thought it was interesting. Like he really did do like all the interviews with everybody.
Just my team shit.
And then shout out to him. He had one of the best opening weeks that he's ever had as a solo artist. But I thought
Give him
that
contracts and shit. Like,
everybody was caping for Drake. Like, oh no, you can't rap about his mom and his dad. No.
Stop pussy ass.
Okay,
about
I was just about to say
Talking
pussy ass dude.
talking about all the things.
Pussy ass.
Now this is the thing.
Oh, no.
This is the thing that got me, man. People tell them about the producer dude. What he said.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna just go through it real quick. So he started out talking about. He said, first of all, we're not even gonna talk about the rap. We're not gonna talk about the drug shit. We're not gonna talk about your fake writers or whatever. We're just gonna talk about your soul. We're gonna talk about your pride. Your music has been full of lies. He talked about how his dad left him when he was 5. That's probably why he brought up Pusha T's fiance, because he's not somebody who looks at marriage as something to be proud of. Because your dad left you when you were 5. It was just like, Jesus. And then he kept going. He revealed that Drake is hiding a son, and that this son was born from a porn star that he shot the club up in.
Damn.
And she's not fat. They were going in on her,
She
man.
got a strong face. We'll say that.
Them
She got
ears,
a strong face. She got an American dad face. So anyway,
she a body dope. She wasn't a body dope chick. She got a body dope.
She got a Good Morning USA chin, my nigga. So
But she got them Link's Awakening's ears though.
Wrong games at Link's Awakening.
But she is definitely on Pornhub with that thing out. I'm just saying. I did the research for journalistic purposes, okay?
Oh man, Twitter did the research.
She is out there, Jack, with that thing out.
He said, Jay.
That's a feature right there, dog.
Hey. Oh Lord. Anyway, I can't even handle this party y'all bullshit that I'm seeing in my life right now. So he talked about how she's hiding the son and that she's a porn star. And what was next? Next part, he basically called out Drake's his
Producer?
His producer.
Don't he got multiple sclerosis?
Yes, whose name is 40, and he has the muscular disease of multiple sclerosis, which I don't know. I do not know how that kills you per se, but I know that you can go at any time, unfortunately.
Mostly because I think it has something to do because mostly the fact that your heart is a muscle, so it kind of fix all that shit.
So he said that he kind of, I guess you can kind of say he made fun of it a little bit. He said, tick, 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 how much time he got, that man is sick, sick, sick. I got the double flow, nigga, 666.
Kobe!
So, a lot of people felt like that was too far, but a lot of people also don't know shit about rap beefs and rap battles. There's no such thing as off limits once you start talking personal shit. Then we gonna put it all out there, and that's what happened. Like, you talked about my producer, I'm gonna talk about your producer. You talk about my fiance,
Bro.
I'm gonna air out your whole life. And that's what happened. And a lot of people A lot of people got butthurt
Body
on
check.
the internet, and they was mad because somebody got talked about in a song.
Him mean.
Why he said that about me? My mama said I special.
I thought that's what rap beat was about, man. You
Rap
get your
beat
team to
was
do
talk
some
that
research,
The funny
and whatever they find, you say, hey, boss, we know this, and this. And then you go write a rap about what you know.
The opening line of Hit 'Em Up was, "That's why I fucked your bitch, nigga." Okay? That's the opening line, bruh. That's why.
starts.
Not guess what?
We start songs with fuck Jay-Z.
Yeah. He didn't say guess what I fucked him. He said that's why. Like, I took vengeance. Anyway, so I just felt like bringing that up. It was monumental as far as the rap game goes. People gave Drake a week to respond. And he never responded. As a matter of fact, we didn't talk about the artwork that went with this diss that.
Oh boy.
Pusha T put out. He found
Google
2007 or 8
Google
of Drake
image.
in blackface, full blackface, red lipstick and all, with a shirt that said Jim Crow Couture on it, which is just like, I mean, damn, you was already in the blackface and you
Blackface was bad enough.
bad enough, and then you gonna take Jim Crow and try to make it into something.
Wait, hey,
They had the Disney Jim Crow on it.
Bro, like,
Hey.
I'm like, come on, man.
Song of the South Couture having that.
hey, let's be
Come on,
real.
man.
He didn't find that. Some of his boy, boss, wait till you get a load of this. This is going to put you on top.
This is artistic.
They ain't even show. They show him looking screwed like, yes.
I gotta break it.
Yes.
I gotta break in the case. You gotta see this.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So,
Oh,
I've
yes.
never seen a rap battle where one of the people in the rap battle had to put out a press release the day after to explain the fuck shit that got aired out on his ass. I've never seen that before. In my eyes, he already took the L.
Damn.
You gotta explain yourself.
You had to do damage control.
Yeah, you had to do that. Hey guys, this was 2000 whatever, and I was trying to be artistic.
The new
It
Chinese.
doesn't matter. It's too late. The optics are out there. Now, what's even worse with this is that Adidon was the name. Adidon was supposed to be the name of a clothing line for Drake's son
Mm-hmm.
with his partnership with Adidas. But now, if you type in Adidon on the internet, all you see is Drake in blackface.
Oh man.
Damn, so that deal with Adidas probably off the table too, huh?
Fucked
Yep.
up that
You know
rollout.
it is.
Damn, he fucked up his paper. Is
Yes.
That's probably why he's suing him then.
Yes. Well, he suing him?
Well, I heard. Well, I don't know.
He
It's a
probably
rumor.
is suing him.
I heard him say. I heard he was trying to sue Pusha T because Pusha T kind of just grabbed that image and used it without anyone's
Well, he
consent.
didn't sell it, so it doesn't really fucking.
But if it's getting at Adidas, then that's really fucking up his paper. So you know he's gonna be mad about that.
It's too bad. So
He said it's too bad.
yeah,
I think that might go back to that Hulk Hogan shit, using your image without your. Well, I don't know.
if he didn't
Because
sell
I
it, if he
think-
didn't sell it though,
Right? Yeah, you're right.
it's not. You know what I'm saying? It'd be different if Pusha T sold the single with that
He
artwork
just
on
dropped-
it.
he
He
just
just dropped
dropped
the free track. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure they trying to do
And then
something.
put it out there.
Because this nigga took a fucking L when you try to fucking sue somebody
Damn.
over a rap beef. That's 2 strikes for your bitch ass,
Right.
Drake. Now, the third straw was
Him in that loss.
he had to get Daddy Warbucks to come save him.
And who was that?
Jay Prince.
Who was that?
Jay Prince he's actually a pioneer in the rap game. He's actually the president of Rap-A-Lot Records. Rap A Lot Records is the studio that brought you the Ghetto Boys, okay?
Oh,
And a lot of other rap acts from the South that were out before Cash Money and No Limit. If you were from the South, you're most likely to rap a lot.
yep.
And Jay Prince is a very smart businessman. He also did some fight promotions for Floyd Mayweather some years back before he became what he is today. So, very smart man, respected man in the game of hip hop and just business in general, especially in the South. A lot of people, including me, I didn't know that he had a personal investment in Drake. But basically, his son, his son is the person who found Drake on MySpace, and they basically went up to Canada, brought him down to Texas, where Rap A Lot is, and kind of showed him the culture. So they're kind of responsible for what Drake is. Like
The way you said it, like they created this
unleashed
monster.
this nigga.
They created this motherfucker in the lab somewhere. They took him to Houston. They said, "This is what the hard ERs do." So, basically, they had Jay Prince, and I think that was earlier this week. He had to go around. He went around to basically every big hip hop
Made all
station.
the rounds.
Right. And said,
Breakfast
beef is
Club.
over, I squashed it, I called Kanye, I squashed it, all this stuff. And now, I said, I respect him as a man.
I was getting slaughtered.
But that's another L, Drake. Like, you had to call Daddy to come fix it.
Hogs get slaughtered.
Yeah.
Hey, well, he also said, his daddy Warbucks said that Drake had something in the pipe that was
Man.
going in Pusha
Yeah, you
T.
should have put that shit out there, nigga.
Right,
Yeah.
you should have. But
I
now you
told-
need to. Well, this is what happened though.
Yes.
Boom,
So,
do-do-do-do.
So, yeah, that's some hard shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And not only that, Jay Prince just so happened to have a book called the I think it was The Art of Respectability or something like that. Let me double check. I don't know. It's called man. So he turned all of this hip hop beef and all of this press into a book run.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's what Drake said when he heard that track. So,
Sir.
The Art and Science of Respect. He turned all that press into a little book run, which is cute. You know, so you gotta judo flip.
Horace Grant.
You gotta judo flip the press. You know what I'm saying? You gotta judo flip the heat and flip it into something. I don't know who really wants to buy that book though. Nobody really gives a fuck. We wanted a rap beef. But I'll say this. I will say this. It's like Dr. Funk said. Jay Prince was going around saying stuff like the things that Drake was gonna say was gonna end somebody's career. Now we just recently talked about Kanye and his ignorant ass statements. Okay, if that MAGA hat didn't end Kanye's career,
Sign MAGA.
it was not anything that Aubrey Graham was gonna say on wax that was gonna end nobody's fucking career. Nobody gives a fuck. Even if Drake could have came out with a sex tape with Kim, it doesn't matter. It's already sex tapes out there with Kim, Jack. There's absolutely nothing.
That's how she got
The
famous in
only
first
way
place.
he would have ended anybody's career is this nigga had video of if he had a sex tape of Pusha T's fiance,
It would have ended all right. Something would have ended. But
something else would have ended. It still
Something
would have
would've
ended
ended,
Kanye's career. Only way you would have ended Kanye's career, let me see.
Nah,
You have to catch Kanye with another dude, man. To be real. Yeah, catch him out there with another dude. And
yes.
and a dude that he been hanging around.
I don't even think that would do it.
It would.
I don't think it would.
No, he's not. The Kanye, I was about to say the Kanye Dashians, but the Kardashians are spitting this shit to something positive.
They'll make it a reality show.
That just means he loves that community.
they know how to
But
get
yeah,
that.
there's nothing else you can say, dog. He attacked your character, and all he was gonna do was go at Kanye because he didn't have shit on Pusha T. So what I'm gonna say is this: if you gonna come out with a book run talking about the art and science and respectability, don't be selling wolf tickets after the fact that you done already said you squashed the beef. Number two, the beef was between the beef was between Pusha T and Drake, not Kanye and Drake. So nobody gives a fuck about you calling Kanye. If you didn't call Pusha T, you full of shit. Cause he a grown ass man.
So Drake said, "All right, put the playoff on."
Call your dogs off.
Well, Pusha T said it's over, so.
For now. It's over for now.
But here's the thing, and somebody said this on another video. I don't want to hear no slick shots. I don't want to hear no subliminal shots. I don't want to see no fake ass tweets. I don't want to see none of that shit from Drake. It need to be quiet. Drake, it need to be quiet for you, bruh. Don't say shit about this shit. Drake got an album coming out at the end of June. It's supposed to be called Scorpion. It needs to be called What Had Happened Was.
No, it needs to be called Scorpion, but they need a picture of somebody falling on their face with their feet over there.
They need to have the Yamcha meme.
What had happened was. And not a single fuck was
With
given.
that nigga sitting in the crater.
Yeah. So
Speaking
yeah.
of craters, did y'all see that Brenda had a baby video that they did?
No.
They had the video from Brenda had a baby, but they put Drake's face on Brenda.
Oh.
And then Brenda took the baby and put it in the
Oh
dumpster. And they zoomed in on the baby and it was a baby picture of Drake
Oh,
in the
shit.
dumpster. Yeah, so if it's squashed, then it's squashed. But I just don't want to see no fake shit.
Don't be coming in here
Right.
with none of that shit.
Well, I did appreciate it. It was fun while it lasted.
Right. All I know is when they said the beef was squashed, I was like, oh.
Because he said surgical summer and that he had more layers. And it's one podcast that I follow that said that there was rumors around that Drake had been getting liposuction.
Oh no.
So, just like there were rumors around that Kanye had been getting liposuction. So, Kanye admitted to his.
Yeah, didn't he get sick from that shit?
I don't know. I
His
just
mom died from
Right.
complications of that shit.
So I was looking forward to hearing all kinds of Pusha's T this summer, but you know they squashed it. Whatever. I will say that Pusha T Daytona album is the shit. Though.
Let's go away.
What was that Kanye album talking about? I ain't heard it yet.
It's weird. It's not his best effort at all.
Well, on that note, don't you fuck up Nas's album, Kanye.
The Cudi album is straight. It's a little bit better, honestly. But that Kanye album is... Like, honestly, the Daytona album is like 9 out of 10. The Kanye album is like
A man out of 10.
Yeah, maybe like a 5.5 or a
Man.
6. It's
Man.
definitely not up there. It's got one good song on it that I like.
Damn.
If I go on there and I re-review, it's gonna be a whole bunch of well, it exists.
Well, no, it's gonna be a lot of, oh my god, genius stuff.
The
Jonah Hill is
the
quoted.
Dick
This
Riders.
is like Jonah Hill of Superbad
Hey, Jonah Hill.
quoted that it was like listening to Thriller. I think that's what he said.
What the fuck?
He said that because he was invited to a listening party.
Oh, the one where they was in like Wyoming and shit.
Wisconsin. I believe so.
It's
Wisconsin.
Wyoming.
Yeah, it's Wyoming.
Wyoming. Oh yeah, some random
Where
ass.
people can ask the question. There's a lot
Some
of niggas
white
here
ass
around.
place.
Pusha was at that shit.
Everybody
was at them up.
No, everybody in good music was gonna be there. Push
Yeah.
is the president of good music, so he's gonna be there
Right.
regardless. But the Cudi album is pretty good though. The one that came out yesterday is pretty good. But that Kanye album is just like, yeah. It's every song on the Kanye album could have just been on somebody else's album.
Kind of like when Jay-Z put out Blueprint 3.
Yeah.
Every song on there was kind of like
Featured.
featured somebody and it sounded
Well-
like that guy's song.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Like I said, there's one song that's really good that I like called "Wouldn't Leave," and that's the most transparent song that he's had in years because he's literally talking about how when he went to TMZ, Kim called him screaming and crying, saying, "You gonna fuck our money up?" And she was right. You fucking up our brand, nigga. Like, you can say stupid shit, but stupid shit comes with consequences.
Right.
So, dude, Kim is worth like 200 million. Kanye's worth like 150 million. It's like, don't fuck my bag up being a dumbass.
That's one of those you're gonna get kicked. You know what happens.
Yeah. And so he's literally saying he told her, you know what, you can go if you have to, and she didn't. So that's what the song was about. And I was like, damn, that's some real shit. I haven't heard Kanye say no real shit like that ever. Honestly. Like, he never even said no real shit like that about his mom. He just said how his mom raised him. So I thought that was kind of dope. But other than that, the album was just like a bunch of...
Kanye said, I wear the pants. That's fine.
I wear the pantsuits in here. Not Chris. And definitely not Kate.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that on the hip hop front. We can move on. What do we have to move on to?
I wear the yoga pants in this family.
What's next? World news.
Yeah, I gotta. Oh, well, I guess I could talk about
I'm not gonna worry about it. We can talk about the NFL some other
the
time.
Tariq thing real
Yeah.
quick. What happened with that?
Yeah, you talk
Go
about that.
ahead, Dirk.
Yeah, man. So recently, activist Tariq, she esteemed director, producer, and creator of the Hidden Color series, the world-renowned Hidden Color series. Check that out if you haven't seen it. 1804. Great films, very informative. You know what I'm saying? But recently he had some internet personalities, some jokers, some alt-lice guys, calling a bomb threat at his house.
Aren't they Twitch streamers?
They do fall in that realm, if I'm not mistaken.
It's just like a band of like hippie fucks.
Yeah, they somehow
They lame as fuck.
called in
The attention grabber.
threatened his
motherfucker.
Yes.
house. Then the police showed up at his house. They took him out, at gunpoint and handcuffs. They took his baby, 1-year-old baby, out and put it in the back of a damn squad car and had him handcuffed and all the shit. They had helicopters coming around, like the whole damn shebang, just off somebody calling in a threat. at his house.
Damn, he said they had the baby out there too?
Yeah, he said he took the baby out there and put him in the squad car. So they got this thing they call swatting, where they call in some fake report and the cops coming, which usually means white people calling the police on some niggas for no goddamn reason.
Or somebody who they found online.
Right.
Yeah.
It's usually where it is.
People have been people have been killed because of this.
And this has been an epidemic. Just when you heard about the dude that got the police called him, the guys got a police called him in where was it, California?
Mm-hmm.
By a woman who said they were being too loud. It's called the cops on them for no fucking reason. And,
Oh, you talking about barbecue bacon?
yeah, and then something else happened.
No, she said that they're not following the rules. No barbecuing.
That just goes to show you what time it is. Like, if they folks not gonna shoot you themselves, they're gonna call the cops and hope that the cops do it.
Yeah, they using the cops to do that dirty work.
And that's just where we are right now in the world. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers are so pussified that they can't even put in their own work. You know what I'm saying? That's a damn shame. And I'm sick going into rant territory, but it's just like, if you so damn bad, why don't you put in your work? If you so damn bad, don't fight me on an 8-on-1 basis. Fight me 1-on-1. That must mean you not shit. And that's not to everybody.
I mean,
But that's out to the motherfuckers who's like perpetuating this type of stuff.
I mean, the police are the biggest gang in every city.
And when you look back at the history of the police, they are the fucking original slave catchers, man. You know what I'm saying? They bring your black ass back to the plantation. You know? That was the original thing that they did. It was the overseers, shit like that, policing your ass, making sure you stay on the grounds, checking you for your papers when you're out. Because you used to have papers when you was walking around. Ain't that a damn shame? Niggas was being treated like kids forever. 3/5 of a man. Y'all talked about that last time.
Literally the same shit that's happening in the Dominican Republic with Haitians right now.
Yep.
Actually, it's kind of going on throughout the whole Caribbean with Haitians, but more specifically with Dominican Republic.
Yeah,
that
that is
too.
backed by law.
Yeah.
And damn shit down there happened to me. My car broke down a few weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna talk about that. Let's just say that the shit got
Could have been.
exasperated.
Yeah.
Exacerbated, that's the word. I said exasperated. I'm tired. Basically, the lady was trying to escalate the situation to saying, oh, you have an attitude. Just putting shit on me. She was antagonizing me. You have an attitude. You're being aggressive. You know, all those trigger words for us niggas. You know, they like to use for having a reason to shoot us. But basically, yeah, man, you know, that's where we are right now. Folks is calling the police. They don't want to put in their own work. They don't want to face you one-on-one, head-to-head, you know. And, you know, I'm not saying every white person is bad. That's not what I'm saying. But a lot of these jokers in the collective system of, dare I say, white supremacy, even though there's nothing supreme about it, but that's just how they operate, man. I mean, it is what it is. But you just got to be on your P's and Q's and know that's what's going down, so you don't be surprised by none of the shit. That's the problem. You got folks who out here being surprised by all this. Like, you shouldn't be surprised by this by now. Like, this should just be a regular thing, and you should be working on ways to respond to it, or ways to take action. You shouldn't be, oh, I'm surprised. Oh, Lord, Master Million, I can't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like we was talking about earlier, that one dude, as soon as that shit happened, he was already working on a way to get this nigga out of it.
As a black man,
And that's the one.
let me tell you something.
This is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. That's the one thing we gotta stop doing. Stop saving these people, man. When they do wrong, they got to bite the bullet.
Yes.
Motherfuckers ain't gonna learn if they not gonna be punished about shit.
We don't have to comfort their ass.
Right. Because they not gonna comfort you even when your ass ain't wrong. It's just like when you playing Street Fighter. You keep jumping in the air, you're gonna get hit with that DP. That's all there is to it.
With that flaming.
Yeah. Keep going for that cross up and see what happened to your ass. Every time.
Every time.
Just like Coke 45. Anyway. I shouldn't be making light of this, but yeah, this is just an example. Like, don't think that just is limited to him. You know what I mean? They did that to him because he's a person out here who's speaking out, and he has a lot of influence and a lot of pull. But that's not to say that can't happen to any one of us.
Weren't those guys that caught him from the UK?
Yeah, it has something to do with some folks in the UK, some dude named
I
Ice
don't know if
Poseidon or
he's, I
some
don't
shit.
know if he's from the UK. But
He's
Who?
not.
Ice Poseidon.
He's linked up with the people that's there because Tariq was supposed to have like a lecture there, and I guess they found out, and they was working a way to kind of counteract it because they did something on Twitter to kind of put a damper on him coming out there for the lecture. I forget what happened. So you had to check out his stream.
I saw the very first parts of this beef.
Yeah.
Where Tariq posted a picture. He posted a video from YouTube where Ice Poseidon was saying some stupid shit, and a black dude at the restaurant, he checked all of them.
Yeah.
And they didn't do shit.
Just joke.
He checked all of them bitch asses, and they didn't do shit. And Tariq saw the video and posted it, and then Ice Poseidon started the back and forth on Twitter. It was like, debate me or pussy. And it's like, shut the fuck up. You don't have shit to debate about. You don't know shit about yourself, first of all. So how you gonna tell me shit about Americans, second of all, let alone black people? It's just like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Man, we got to stop creating these safety nets. Let motherfuckers be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way folks gonna
like-
learn.
Motherfuckers always talking about forgive and forget.
Nope.
Fuck them motherfuckers.
No, what we need to start doing is running up the niggas' houses.
Oh no.
God, edit. God damn it, medic.
Where that nigga live at? Let's get his ass.
Yeah, man.
Hey, y'all got the IT know-how to find all these people on the internet.
I'm just saying, yeah, man. So just don't look at that as like, oh, that's only him. No, that can happen to any one of us at any time, and they do that to make an example. To say that.
Because when that dude in Dallas, when he went on that little rampage, they hemmed up Zoe.
Really?
That shit.
Zoe Williams?
Yes.
Why they him up so?
Because the dude was somehow they were linked on the internet, like he was following Zoe. And
Oh yeah, they did.
They investigated.
They did the same thing with Griff,
Mhm.
Professor Griff. They came after him too.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I didn't know they went after Zolo. I didn't know.
Oh,
God
yes.
dang.
Zoe said I had to talk to them people.
Wow.
They said they came. And I had to talk to them people.
Yeah, it's real out here,
It's
man.
real.
You know, stay on
It's
your
really
shit.
real.
So that's why, you know, we say stay on your shit. Support your folks, man.
Right.
You see us doing the podcast, support that shit. You know? You do whatever you do, we gonna support your shit. But you gotta be reciprocal. That's the only way that anything gonna get done about any of this shit. Quit looking outside. First of all, start looking outside of yourself for some shit. First of all. Like we was talking about, get yourself right first. You know what I'm saying? You can't fuck with nobody else until you right in the head and you can sleep at night in your bed. If you can't do either of those two things, then you can't help nobody. You need to help yourself first. And then once you do that, start interacting with other motherfuckers like you. And then make connections, make networks. And then go from there. You know what I'm saying? You know? And these times it's confusing though. Because you don't even know who's who. Because some of your own folks, man, they be on some bullshit. And then some folks who don't look like you might be more willing to ride out than motherfuckers who do. But I'm not saying that to say to look to somebody else, but I'm saying to say use your discernment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Use your discernment. Know who you fucking with, know who you around. You know what I'm saying? And attract people that resonate on your wavelength. And make sure you putting out good energy. Because when you putting out the wrong type of shit, then the wrong type of motherfuckers gonna come around you. The wrong type of motherfuckers come around you anyway, because that's just what they do. They gotta find somebody to feed off of. But when you operating on the right frequency and you got good discernment, you're able to see those motherfuckers who they are. But I'm going off on a tangent. I don't want to do that. But hopefully, you know, they got everything straightened out over there, and you know, he's well protected and shit.
He said that the police were professional. I mean, that's what he said.
But he was also saying that he feels like they were in on it, based upon
I can believe that
Some of the
too.
ways they were handling shit. And you know the LAPD got a long history of fucking over some niggas. And they even show you that in the movies. You watch, what's that, LA Confidential?
Mm-hmm.
You watch that, they show you how they was fucking over niggas back then. But, you know,
No consequences.
now I'm not gonna go in on that. Mark Furman, I mean, shit.
Hate my
Anyway.
guns because they black.
What we doing next after this?
I hate the back and forth with it because that.
Who else finna go? Did you want to talk about Solo?
They will be stripped.
The Snack Panther.
The snacks.
Be stripped away.
Stripped away.
M. Snacku.
Stripped away. Stripped away.
He had to practice that shit.
The Black Panther.
Be stripped away.
They will give the purple heart shape of
The hot shit.
to give him the strength of the Black Panther. Okay, so Solo. Alright, now let's talk about Solo. Alright, we'll do this real quick. So Solo was a decent movie. And I hate to use this. This is the most hackneyed line ever. You know, if you don't like Star Wars, you know, you're probably not going to feel it. But if you're into Star Wars, you're really going to feel it. I hate to use that line, but it's pretty much that shit that I don't want to fucking say. You know what I mean? Like, you got to really be into this shit to fucking like Solo. Or you just got to want to have something to do and have something to see. You know what I mean? It was good. It was dope. You know, it had some exciting scenes. But it was kind of slow. The pacing was very... You know, like, okay. Yeah. You know how Rogue One was like, it was always some shit jumping off.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like dialogue, shit, dialogue. Holy fuck, what's about to happen? Dialogue. Oh shit, what the niggas gonna do now? Dialogue. Damn, she just blew up that nigga daddy with a spaceship. Dialogue. You know? Dialogue. Okay, black dude, I got it. Boom, that nigga just died. He was the first one to go.
Yeah, I remember that. All that.
Dialogue. They just put a wall. How them niggas gonna get to that wall? Oh shit, TJ Conway got fucked up by that wall.
That's funny.
You know, that Rogue One was just, it was on point because the pacing was good. You cared about the characters and shit. And it just was something happening all the time. Solo, they had some lovable characters. I will say that. Like they had like a band of thieves that he was working with Woody Harrelson, Thandie Newton, and
Woody Harrison.
this whatever the alien was. I forgot what they called him, but he was pretty cool. But yeah, man. Basically, it takes place Han Solo on Corellia. He is with this girl who I believe they're like some type of slaves or some shit. Funny how they always got this like slave thing or like some sewer rats, almost like the Bane shit that happened.
Mm-hmm.
I made it at this part because I was kind of late. They were trying to break out because they had some core for a ship that was worth a lot of money or something like that. They stole it from her. They lied. They break out. Then we get to this chase scene, and dare I say, the beginning. If you ever wanted the F-Zero movie, go see Solo. Just for that opening chase scene, it's fucking F-Zero. It looked like Mute City basically, like no bullshit. Like they had the tracks, the cars were levitating over the shit. And that goes on thing. It's something about these movies lately that has the Super Nintendo thing. Because Dr. Front was talking about how Black Panther was like Donkey Kong Country with the rhinos and shit. So I don't know. Maybe Deadpool 2 will have fucking, I don't know. Shit, I don't know what's on Super Nintendo. Final Fight.
Right.
Shit, whatever. Fuck it. I ain't got time for this shit. But that was cool. You know. Nah, but let's try to jump. I don't want to spoil anything. You cool with saying anything or just kind
I
of
didn't see
temporary?
it either, so. You can go ahead, man. You can say the whole thing.
Say the whole thing.
You ain't hurt. You ain't busting no grapes over here.
I'm gonna see it regardless.
So the thing I thought Lando was pretty cool. It was cool that they had a bunch of inside jokes that only, like I said, if you watch Star Wars, you would get it. It was shit so subtle that the way that Billy D would mispronounce Han's name, he would call him Han. Like Donald Glover carried that over into the movie where he was mispronouncing his name. And it was even a point where he kept calling him Han. He's like, no, it's Han. Like he corrects him in the movie. So that was pretty interesting. And Donald Glover was doing Donald Glover, but the way he was speaking, it was kind of like he was trying to smooth his voice a little bit. and like slow down his speech, but you could still hear the Donald Glover in his voice, like kind of like this, and it wasn't as nerdy as this, but it was kind of still like
kids are mixed.
it was a little something like this, you know, hand. I'm gonna do something to get your spaceship. You know, I had these cards here, so it was cool because everybody wants to see how he won the card game to get the Millennium Falcon. That was interesting. So let's talk about this pansexual thing. So they had to do something because you know that Lando's supposed to be the most player in the whole galaxy. The guy who they got to play Han looked like a doofy ass motherfucker. I'm just gonna be real. When I first seen that he was playing Han, I said, "That's the motherfucker that's playing Harrison Ford."
Yeah.
So you knew they had to do something with Donald Glover to deplayify this motherfucker because you was not gonna believe that that nigga was Han when you had
Right.
Lando.
The dude over here.
Yeah. So they had to do something to. Didn't they do that with us? They like to spade and neuter black men in the movies. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to keep that image going that the supreme masculine is Han Solo. And this dude, I was just like, he just like, is this a joke? He's playing Han. I'm not saying he didn't do a good job, but it doesn't add up. You know? Maybe he was just an awkward teen who grew into something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, they did that, and he had this weird relationship with this robot, whose name was like L3 or something like that. That was like his droid, and he has this scene where he gets really emotional, where they do this heist, where they break these guys out of jail. And the funny thing was, L3 was like this droid, like she's like a feminist slash droid humanitarian. She was always talking about droids need to be free. You don't have to work for them and all this other shit. And she was like releasing droids, taking their restraining bolts out, and they was tearing up places. It was crazy. It was really, you know, they had a scene where they did that. They had a little heist to get the core shit they had to get on another planet. And that was interesting. And then she ends up getting killed in the crossfire when they're fighting to get off the planet. And this motherfucker runs out, Lando runs out for the droid. L3, oh my god, got popped in the shoulder for this dumbass droid. I was like, he's supposed to be the most playerless player.
Yeah, you're not supposed to
from the Himalayas, from here to Bespin, under your dressing.
It's a droid
You know what I'm saying?
too, so it's like you could just download it.
This motherfucker was pussy whipped about a droid. Like they really was trying to downplay Lando. I said, oh hell no. And you know, my dad, of course, he was mad about that. He was what? But that's another story where I gotta tell where I thought my dad was fucking Billy D, but that's a whole other thing. But yeah, so you know that happens, and then we get to this this kind of chase scene that is reminiscent of Empire Strikes Back. This movie has a lot of callbacks to Empire Strikes Back, where it's like you kind of retreading certain things. You're like, really? We doing that again? Like they had the thing, oh, this is no cave, it's a big ass creature that we gotta get away from. Oh shit, we gotta get caught in this tractor beam, we gotta do this. Oh shit, we gotta do it. Oh my god, we gotta do this. Oh my goodness, we gotta every 10 seconds. So it was interesting what they ended up doing was they ended up uploading the memory banks of the droid into the Falcon. So that was pretty cool. Because she had a bomb ass navigation system. It's like it's an old robot, but I keep her around for the navigation system. That's what Lando was saying. But yeah,
You know, bitch.
exactly. Come on, Han, buddy, and don't let me down.
Why the hell?
Keep my butt.
Look at this.
So you know the chick that Han was doing all this thing to get back, she ended up working for Vision of all people. Vision played the main bad guy.
Oh wow.
Paul Bettany. That was crazy. Of this gang called Crimson Dawn. So what I forgot to mention in the beginning of the movie, they were working together. They escaped. They were going to this spaceport. Han gets away, but she gets caught by the Empire. So he's doing all this shit to get back to her. He joins the gang. He joins the Empire even. Like he wanted to be a pilot. So he ends up joining the Empire, and the guy was like, "Hey, what's your name?" And he was like, "Han." He's like, "Who are your people?" He was like, "It's just me."
Why?
He's like, "We'll call you Solo." All right, Mr. Han Solo. Good luck. And they just cut away to a scene of him getting blown up by a fucking mine and shit. And he's basically like an infantryman. And they show, it was cool how they showed the grittiness of the war aspect like they did in Rogue One. They carried that over into this. He was an infantryman. They didn't even let him become a pilot. He wanted to be a pilot. And how he meets Woody Harrelson and them is because they're a gang, but they're masquerading as Imperial soldiers. but they really just there to steal some shit.
Loot and plunder.
And exactly, pretty much. And he was trying to rat them out, but then Woody Harrelson flipped it on him. Was like, no, this guy's da 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 da. It's like, oh really? So they throw him in this pit with the Beast. That's what they call him. Like, he hasn't been fed in days.
Mm-hmm.
And you can imagine who the Beast is.
Yeah, it's true.
It's Chewbacca, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he ends up fighting him, but then somehow he ends up tricking like, hey, if we both do this, we act like we fighting him, we could knock over this goddamn shit. And it's because that he could speak Wookiee or whatever the language is that Chewbacca was like, okay, I can fuck with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because at first he was beating his ass, threw him against a pole and everything. He's like, nigga. I was like, okay, I can fuck with this nigga. All right, let's go. And they become boys pretty much, and they show how that happens. But anyway, you can just kind of fast forward to all this shit. You end up meeting a girl in this weird ass bar scene. It was almost like Fifth Element, but there was like this lady, she had this weird voice box and she was singing and shit, like this weird black lady, she had all gold shit. Well, the black lady wasn't weird, but she had almost weird. Never mind, you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So he meets her back at the bar.
This Star Wars.
She basically the chick that he was with was working for Paul Bettany, who was Vision, who was the bad guy. I forget what his name was, but he worked for the Crimson Dawn. And basically, Woody Harrelson works for him. They double cross some motherfuckers and all this other shit. Some other shit happens. There's this other group that ends up being the good guys and all this other shit. I don't feel like explaining it, but you can go see it. So anyway, the big reveal is the motherfucker running the Crimson Dawn is none other than Darth Maul. The nigga take his hood off on the hologram, and he's talking, and I'm like, y'all really put this motherfucker in the movie just to sit on his ass and talk and not do nothing?
Right.
He like powered on his lightsaber like shh. It was, you know what?
Somebody spoiled that. Somebody spoiled that.
Oh, they
on
already
Twitter
did.
for
I was
me.
afraid that I was gonna spoil it for you.
No. But somebody spoiled that on Twitter. They were like, Darth Maul, and I was just like, what?
But he didn't do shit. It was nothing to get excited about. It was literally X-Men 2, X2 on the computer. Remy LeBeau on the computer files.
Wow.
Because they was too bitch to actually give you Gambit in the movie. We'll put his name and all the nerds will go crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Because they know who he is. That's pretty much what that was. That was X2 Remy LeBeau. It was just like, oh, I'm Darth Maul. I'm sitting in a chair. Bitch, you better get it right. Or I'm gonna kill you with my double-bladed lightsaber.
You're right. I exist. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still gonna go see it, but
It was pretty. If you like I said, if you like Star Wars, you've seen all the other ones. You're kind of obligated to see it. It's like one of those pieces in the puzzle that you just have to put there. You don't want to, but you just gotta. You just gotta.
overall, what would you rate it?
Man, I would give that shit,
Trash.
and I'm being really nice, a
Trash.
7. Because I was just really more interested to see how Donald
see what
Glover
they
was
were
going to
gonna
play
do with it.
Lando.
Mhm.
I didn't give a fuck about how. I was like, Lando, nigga, because,
Yeah.
it's Billy D. Thrillum, so there you go.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is Lando doing, my nigga?
Right.
And he was
I know,
kinda cool. He had like a closet full of capes and shit.
Yes.
Like, he had like a different cape like every time they showed him. It was fucking crazy.
That's dope.
Yeah,
I'm
Lando.
gonna say
he
this
did a pretty
about
good job.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I said this on last time I reviewed some Star Wars stuff.
We'll do one more topic.
I was worried that we would get to this point where you would start to see Star Wars burn out.
Oh, we're there.
And we're definitely
we've been
there
there.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know Disney is just so. They know how to make money, but they also are selfish as fuck.
Yeah.
And I was worried that this was going to happen. And it definitely, well, of course, Last Jedi left a lot of people sour.
Ooh wee.
And then this now, I heard bad reviews at first, and then from the people who I trust, I heard decent reviews. Like, it's not as bad as everybody's acting like it really is.
Yeah,
So
it's not, but it leaves much to be desired. Like,
everybody's like, worst Star Wars debut. This is like.
I would get at The Last Jedi. I'm sorry.
It's a spin-off though. It's not a
Yeah.
Right.
Now, how's the spinoff better than a main fucking storyline movie? Well, technically, it is a main storyline movie, but it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. It wasn't anything that I would say that was just terrible. It wasn't anything that I would say that was outstanding. it was just a Star Wars movie, and
What
it
you
was
expect?
necessary, and it's just like,
And then when
gotta.
it's a prequel, it's just like, well,
what you expect.
you can't kill nobody.
Right.
So it's not going to be like, because Rogue One was the shit.
Yes, it was.
Rogue One
a bunch
was
of niggas that you didn't even really care about.
Yeah, and I didn't know they was just going to murk everybody, but
Right.
they got that murked. Like, everybody took a hell, and it's just like, yeah, we'll
Except for
never
Darth
see.
Vader.
Yep. We'll never see these folks again, but they acting their ass off.
Darth Vader was damn
That's
near
what
hero in
they
that
did.
movie, the way he ran through them motherfuckers.
That's what they meant in the original movie.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That.
They told you what it was. But with this one, like I said, it's about a 7. It's not even a strong 7. It's like a beginning 7. 7.2, nigga. You can't even round. You can't even go to 5 and round it up. It's like 7.2, nigga. It's a hard 7. God damn it.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm still gonna check it out.
I just felt like some of that they could have done a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that I don't believe that Han. You know, I do sort of, but I don't. It's just like,
Yeah, he's not.
He's
They
cool
really,
enough.
it seemed like they went out of their way to market Danny Glover for this movie even more so than. I don't even know who the actor for Han. I know his face.
He's
but I
done
don't
some
know
shit
who
in
he is.
Broadway. They said in some other movies. I don't know, but shit,
Like,
they
it's
could have
hard
made
to match the charisma that Harrison.
Yeah,
Ford
it really
had.
is.
He was like the up and coming.
I can almost,
He was the kid. You know what I'm saying? He
There-
was the guy.
I can dare say almost that they probably shouldn't even have touched that shit.
Yeah.
If you trying to feel fucking Han Solo and Billy D, nigga.
Yeah. And
It
it
just-
was two of the coolest
it
dudes
ain't-
walking Earth at the time.
Nobody
honestly.
liked them on the planet right now. And if there is, it ain't those two guys.
Right.
Like, it was just like doofy ass, nerdy ass motherfuckers, basically.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm talking bad about this nigga Donald Glover, but everybody say that's my twin, so. Funny story, I thought my dad was fucking Billy D a long time ago, and there was a guy in the credits whose name was Irvin,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom was like, look at the credit, your dad's in this movie. And because Billy D looked like my dad, I thought it was him. And then my mom just kind of ran with that shit. And like, this went on for weeks. I was telling people in school that my dad was like fucking Billy D. And then my dad was like, you know, he picked me up, because he would pick me up all the time. I just didn't say nothing to him about the shit. You know, I just, like, my dad's fucking Star Wars. And then finally one day, I built up the courage to ask him. I was like, yo, Dad, like,
How was that? How was the Star
like, you a
Wars?
Star Wars fan? And my dad, he was like, man, what the hell? Man, I'm not in Star Wars. That's Billy D. Williams, man. And you can't see my face. But man, that's Billy D. Williams, man. He said, you think if I was in Star Wars, I would live in this crummy apartment? Shit. Like, Dad, I'm 5. I'm 4. I can't process this shit, nigga. I don't know.
This is the information that was offered to
Me,
me.
like, look, man, I got a lot of questions. I'm still fresh out the goddamn womb, 3 years. I'm just trying to figure everything out, okay? Shit, the motherfucker look like you. I got a picture of your ass with a Jerry curl. There you go.
Hey,
Okay?
That's
So now it
hilarious.
come out that folks say, oh, well, you look a little bit like Donald Glover. That's your twin. So now it's just like, I'm afraid, like, am I going to have a kid, and are they going to see that movie, and then are they going to think that I'm fucking with Childish Gambino? And hopefully I won't be staying in no crummy apartment.
This is America.
Right. But anyway, yeah, it was decent. Like, if you just need something to go see for the summer, it's a good, like, hey, I ain't got shit to do. It's a summer night. Let me go check something out. Let's see what we got.
Star Wars.
We got Deadpool 2. We got, what's the other shit that's out? You gotta do like a Saint commercial. We got Deadpool 2. We got Infinity War. I've seen that 3 times already. Oh shit! Solo.
Purple stuff.
Right, exactly. Purple
Purple guy.
Jurassic
Right.
World. Maybe not.
I forgot that.
Oh
was
shit!
out.
Solo.
Black Panther still in
Yeah,
there.
you know, yeah.
He's
Oh,
got
man.
purple stuff.
Oh man, Solo, Star Wars story. That's
Yeah.
good.
Ah.
Thanks, Mom.
Right. Totino's Pizza Roast.
Right.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna check it out still.
Yeah, I would say check it out, especially because I know that you've seen all the movies, so it's just like at this point you got to do it. You got to. You don't want to, but you have to. It's like I don't know. It's like Street Fighter 1. You enjoy Street Fighter 2. You probably don't remember the first Street Fighter, but since you played everything else after that, you just gotta see. You want to find out. I mean, then after you get done, you just go, okay, maybe I don't do anything.
This is pretty bad.
Your Mark Wahlberg voice.
Well,
Hope you don't need to do this, okay?
Hope.
maybe I tried that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to drag it on. But yeah, that's Solo.
Yeah. Go see Deadpool 2 outside. I'm not gonna review it.
Aw.
Yeah, we went and watched that.
If you saw the first one, go see the second one. That's all I'll say.
If you a '90s kid, go
Best,
see it.
I will say best post credit fix I've ever seen in my life.
Nice.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna review it because Deadpool. Me and Creeper were talking about this. Deadpool is the kind of movie that once you see it, it's like The Hangover.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of ready for some plot twists or something crazy to happen. But it's not like you gotta go and deep dive and be like,
Right.
so what was he really trying to say?
Right.
It's just like, you know what?
Playing that movie, didn't
Yeah, the first time we were just happy to get a fucking Deadpool movie, and
Right.
the fact that they made a part 2 and it's up there and it's pretty good. Just go see it, support that shit. It's a great fucking movie.
Especially if you're a
And
90s
don't
kid.
take your fucking kids to see Deadpool 2
Nope,
like
you
dumbass
dumbass.
motherfuckers who's in there with us. Don't take children to see Deadpool.
I would say if you're a '90s kid, you better
Yeah.
go see it because if you came up in the time of X-Force, that's the
Yeah.
closest thing you
Yeah.
gonna get to an X-Force movie.
That is it.
They
That is definitely
got
it.
Shatterstar, fucking Cable, Domino. I was like, all these motherfuckers is in the movie. What?
I'm looking for him. I don't see him in there, but yeah.
Who did Terry Crews play?
Bedlam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought they had him playing D.W. Bridge or some shit.
Me too, but yeah, he played Bedlam.
All right, word. So yeah, I want to check that out. Yeah, don't take your kids and fucking Deadpool. Dumbass.
It was horrible. Like this is Deadpool. Like people are being decapitated and severed,
Right.
You saw.
and stabbed in the neck.
If you saw the first one, you ought to know what's about to come.
Yeah,
Somebody had like a little 5-year-old in there.
Oh gosh.
It's like how you. First of all, you shouldn't even be allowed to do no shit like that. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like if you're going to 2 for Deadpool 2, and this little dude is down here with his fingers on the counter, playing with the gum hanging off of it and shit. It's like, no.
Right. I don't know.
Leave that
Fucking-
little shit at home.
Yeah.
Shit, but it's just like one of those things. Like you wanted that movie so bad, and we talked about it. There's no precedent for that shit until the first one come out,
Mhm.
and once that shit materializes itself, nigga, is like it's gonna have a formula because it has to be a fucking Deadpool movie.
Yeah, and I'll say shout out to Zazie Beetz who plays the girlfriend in Atlanta. She's Domino and she whoops ass.
Yep.
She's fucking Domino.
Yep.
Nice.
So she did her thing.
She kind of steals the show a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, her fine ass. But yeah, she's.
Yeah, I heard he was bad over that movie.
Mhm.
Excuse me.
She
Yeah,
whooping ass.
word.
But I think that'll wrap it up for us folks.
We don't got nothing else. Huh?
No, that's it.
Nah, that was it. That's it, baby.
All right, y'all. Well,
Having too much fun.
it's been swell. It ain't hard to tell. The main heroes in the half shell, the heroes for in this day and age who could ask for more. Meanwhile, funkatron galore.
Oh,
Rocking from here, from that shore to that shore. Doing a damn thing right there. Keep it locked like scrub a knock as we sting it up. No need to block. Got to tarry because the shit can be kind of hairy and scary. But we about to make it happen. We got to get loose. We hope that you dug the juice that the fellas was bringing you on the Meanwhile on Funkatron podcast. Ain't no need to compare or contrast against the GOAT of podcast. Don't sweat the technique. You're in it with the fresh geese. And last but not least, the Ronin Recordiors have been bringing the funk and flavor to you and yours. We about to peace out. We about to bees out. Peace.
Holla.
Yo.
Say goodnight, Kevin.
Good night, Kevin.
We're done?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I had a football game to attend to.
Anything else you want to
What?
say
Nothing.
before we go? Or this is
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. What y'all was talking about? The solo movie?
yeah solo.
Solo, and then I did like Deadpool for like 2 minutes.
Oh, you seen it?
Deadpool 2,
Yeah,
I seen it twice.
Was it better than the first one?
No. It can't be better than the first one.
Oh.
Still good though.
It's still great.
I can't believe that was 2 years ago that we did this podcast.
Like, you gotta think about it. Yeah, the first one was building up for like what 6-7 years.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you good?
So you want to say bye to the people, Dr.
Man.
Because I mean, I already said bye, but I don't want you to not say bye to the people, man. They were missing the Dr. Funk.
Don't nobody be on YouTube watching us, man. Where y'all at out here, man? We out here working for y'all to bring y'all a quality podcast. Y'all don't want to check us out.
Where your ass was at when the niggas wouldn't see? Where your ass was at when?
Creeper crawling down from a rocky top for y'all.
Right.
Spidey getting green gobbled. Had to break out of that. You know, these are going to come through. But we just going to leave y'all with just, where's my controller? We're going to leave y'all with the smooth, sweet tunes of the great Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, you bought this?
I got it for free.
Oh Lord. We got to do an interview for this next time.
Yeah.
All right. So are we closing out? Say bye, or are we gonna listen to Jack?
Oh, you know what sucks about this? It has long ass loading time. That shit loads like a PlayStation 1 game.
So does it have?
round 2.
Does it have any of the characters from the original?
Nope. It's
Nope.
a totally different game.
No Raja?
Totally different
That was
game.
my niggas, man. That is ridiculous.
I've been playing the hell out this little beat 'em up too.
Is it worth playing?
It ain't worth $19.99 playing.
This motherfucker just bought so many games they gave it to him.
Yeah, honestly, I bought the NBA Playgrounds was the Switch version. It came out on Switch, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. And PlayStation 4 and Xbox were getting all the updates, and Switch wasn't. So the dev was like, "Hey, we'll give you a copy of
Shaq Fu.
Shaq Fu." I said, "Hey, okay."
This nigga he pulled the April O'Neil on Turtles 2.
So y'all, we gonna say this for next time.
This shit take a long time to load.
Yeah, it does take a long time to load. So we can go ahead. We can wrap this shit up then.
Wait, hold on. I want to see it though. Hold on. I want to see it though. Hold on.
No, it's going seriously. It takes like 6 minutes to load.
That is the most ridiculous thing.
They poured the April O'Neil on him. Wait, I didn't order any pizza. Well, the guy at 313 did, and he wasn't there. I figured you ordered so much that you wouldn't mind.
All right, then. We're finna sign off.
Wait, I know it's
I'm
you.
here.
But
All right, folks.